The sprint race in Italy has received some criticism for being boring. While the format itself may not be bad, it's down to the less competitive nature of the cars, and most of the noise might be coming from the Hamilton corner after seeing him lose out the front row for the race due to the sprint qualifying. The cost cap and the 2022 aero changes may help reduce the gap between the teams. That could result in some exciting battles. So let's wait and see how the sprint races will turn out. However, I'm adamantly against reverse grids in Formula 1. Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll have been announced as Aston Martin's driver pairing for 2022, which may not be a surprise. However, in my view, the lineup is absolutely uninspiring. I don't quite see how they will achieve their aim of winning the title with this lineup. While Lance is nearly untouchable, given that his father has ownership in the team, he's not going to give a life-changing push to the team. He can put on a show on occasion, but primarily he is a midfield driver who will not be competing for podiums or race wins on a regular basis. Sebastian Vettel, on the other hand, is nearing the end of his F1 career. He has a great track record of winning races, and he is a multiple world champion. But he's never been able to lead a second-best team to a title. In 2014, when Red Bull was no longer the fastest car on the grid, Vettel was even beaten by his new teammate Daniel Ricciardo, and he had a decent car for 3 of the 6 seasons at Ferrari but failed to win a championship, which paved the way for Hamilton to win easy championships. I don't see how Vettel can drag the Aston Martin beyond the midfield scrambles. Collision between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen at the Italian Grand Prix sparked a widespread discussion. While some blamed Verstappen for not backing off, others pointed out finger at Hamilton for not leaving enough room. Although it's great to see that both drivers were able to walk away from the accident, it's a total disgrace to the championship fight. There's no arguing that both drivers are extremely gifted and by far the best in the field right now, but we don't want to see this happen over and over again. F1 needs fair battles, with the best driver emerging as the champion and not the DNFs being the deciding factor. Alright, with that banter aside, let's look at the Russian Grand Prix predictions. The categories are bogey for drivers who could underperform their car or have a poor result, par for meeting their expectations or the usual performance, while birdie is for going beyond the car's capacity or achieving a great performance, or even ensure a positive outcome, and the eagle is for the podium. Let's get started. Nikita Mazepin is not a great choice for Formula 1, especially when there are a lot of other talented drivers out there waiting for their time. However, he may end up being the son of a team owner just like Lance Stroll and continue to block the way for future bright drivers. Although this will be his home Grand Prix, there's very little expectation from Mazepin. Another such driver is Lance Stroll, who consistently produces subpar results. In Sochi, no sparks are expected from Stroll. While Yuki Tsunoda has shown a lot of promise, I believe his promotion to Formula 1 was hasty. AlphaTauri could have chosen Alex Albon for 2021, and they could have easily been in the fight for the 3rd or the 4th place in the Constructors' Championship. Sebastian Vettel's evolution from an arrogant young driver to a rational and responsible character has been fascinating to follow. However, his performance on the track has declined with time. He hasn't given a strong performance since Canada 2019. Kimi Raikkonen could return to racing after his recovery from COVID, and let's not expect too much from him in Sochi. Moving on, Esteban Ocon and Mick Schumacher will continue to provide some predictable outcomes, while Nicholas Latifi has surprised many with his solid runs after a surprise top 10 finish in Hungary. We could also see a solid comeback from Pierre Gasly after a miserable weekend at Monza. Sergio Perez is on the path of recovery in his battle for 3rd place in the driver standings, while Valtteri Bottas and the Ferrari drivers are expected to provide the usual performances. George Russell has been electrifying in the recent races, while Antonio Giovinazzi, on the other hand, has stepped out of his comfort zone and displayed flashes of speed. However, it's sad to see that he was unable to secure a solid finish in the end. Fernando Alonso has been one of the best drivers of the season, demonstrating incredible consistency and scored points in all races since Baku except for Belgium. 2021 is turning out to be a breakthrough year for Lando Norris and McLaren, and Daniel Ricciardo joined the party with a spectacular win at Monza. Let's not bet against his form. As a result, both McLaren drivers are expected to perform well at Sochi, and the championship contenders Verstappen and Hamilton have consistently outperformed their cars on a number of instances. Of course, that is when they are not taking each other out. Alright, now the all-exciting podium. Let's do a boring and a crazy one. Since we are getting some crazy podiums this season, Verstappen will take a 3-place grid penalty, and some even suggested he might as well take the engine penalty in Sochi. The track has been Bottas's territory, but Mercedes won't let him win if he's leading the race, and if Hamilton is ahead, he will take an easy victory, with Bottas defending a charging Verstappen. The boring podium could be Hamilton, Bottas and Verstappen, and for the crazy one, I'm going with Lando Norris to his first Grand Prix win, Leclerc second, and Fernando Alonso in third. Thanks for watching, and I'll meet you in the next one.